Hello, welcome everyone, and you are watching Dancing with Data.com. So I'm Ritesh. I'm first in the world to be Tableau ambassador and Power BI super user. And if my videos are making sense to you, do subscribe. And today we are going to discuss about the importance of showcasing descriptive, predictive, and prescriptive analysis to your storyline. The certificate that you see is our participation. Me and Meenu Choudhary, we had one team where we were asked to create an insightful story that is based on Dubai Taxi Corporation data. So we reached till finals. We were not the winners. The tools that we used were Tableau and Alteryx. We are not in a position to show you all the data set because of the agreement that we had with Dubai Taxi Corporation Dubai, but still we'll try to make it clear as far as we can because the storyline is easy enough. You will be able to understand, trust me. The whole point is that how did we include descriptive, predictive, and prescriptive analysis while we were trying to make this story, and how with the help of this dashboard you will be able to understand the difference between the same descriptive, predictive, and prescriptive. So let's start with the descriptive analysis. Descriptive analysis is the most common form of analysis that you will have. In this analysis, you are trying to the past events which can help you to get the pattern out of your data set, or say a piece of any insightful information which you never thought of. So let's try to get some insight out of this data set. So if you see this very particular home page, these are the dates, those are the revenue, and we have a few outliers where we had exceptional business in terms of profit. Means you have more customers, you have more passengers, right? But now what's so interesting over there? So there are two things. Let's try to analyze the outliers, right? When you had a lot of business, so let's try to join the dots. Sometimes what you say. So if I try to join the dots over there, these are the outliers where you had more business in terms of customers or say passengers. And if you see, it is going towards the new year, right? And Dubai, you had a real good new year because even in the COVID time, they were on. They said that welcome, you are welcome to Dubai. So that makes sense. But the other interesting part, right? So if I just hover over there and it says pick up area 14, pick up area 14, pick up area 14. So in the data set, we had only pick up area 14, 14. But when we tried to, because we had only number, we didn't have the name. So when we tried to map, we had latitude and longitude. And when we tried to map this to the latitude and to the map actually, so can you guess what it was? Because it is something which is common. Think. Now this location was the airport, right? So we got to know that, and it's quite insightful that it clearly shows that for during that time, one thing is that Dubai was open for everyone. You were welcome, and Dubai was criticized for that as well. And after that, it shows that your airports are going to be super busy, right? So you need to keep in your mind from the business perspective that you have enough number of vehicles around that time. So this is called as descriptive analysis. We are trying to analyze on the basis of past events. We are trying to find some informative patterns, some insightful information out of it. It's like you're going to a doctor, and first of all, doctor would examine your historical records. So descriptive is that first phase of any doctor who would analyze your historical record. He would ask you, right, what happened, and do you have any historical medical condition to share with the doctor? They would ask you. So we will have our doctor story in parallel as well to make you understand in a better way. Okay, so now let's talk about the predictive analysis. So descriptive was more about to find out the patterns on the basis of what happened in the past. So descriptive says what happened in the past, and predictive analysis say what may happen in the future. So it's futuristic, it's all about forecasting, so forth and so on. In the above visual, we used model quantile method again to predict the sales, while in the lower one we use exponential smoothing algorithm to forecast. Well, there are certain factors which can make your model good or bad, and we are not going into that for now. But if you have been able to create a highly efficient model, then obviously you will have the added advantage with this predictive analysis where you can predict in advance only. So this is the sort of predictive analysis that we did with our story. And now you can see as you're moving from descriptive to predictive, and then we will talk about prescriptive as well. But as you move on, it will be a little more difficult for you to analyze and showcase the proper output, productive output. So now come to the doctor. If he has observed your past medical history and your current state, he might be in a position to predict your health. And that's why I say eat less, Zuban Kesari, that can be injurious to your health. So the doctor will say that, look, if you will not control your eating habit, this one, then this can happen to you in the future. And let me prescribe you some medicines. Now, that's the most important part, prescription part. And now let's go to the prescriptive analysis. So let's talk about the prescriptive analysis. That means what you or your company can do to achieve the best results. Now it's all about recommendation. Take this action, take that action. Now the doctor will say, take this medicine, stop eating that sort of item, eat healthy, early to bed, early to rise, so forth and so on. So with respect to our competition submission, we created one cool app for the driver. What that driver can do. For example, this orange one is the location of that driver, and he can just go and he can put, okay, within 2 kilometers of radius, where should I move? Where are the customers? So look, now within that 2 kilometers of diameter, we are giving that driver an idea that, Mr. Driver, please take that direction. You know, take that. Don't go to the river over there. So I'm not going to tell you the exact recipe of this one, but maybe something like clustering or something like that. But it's the prescription for the driver that, okay, move to that direction. The driver is there, right? So where you can expect the customers, right? Which area he should move towards to. So that was the prescriptive analysis as far as this story is concerned. And I hope that with this example and with the example of Dr. Uncle, you were able to understand the difference between these three mode of analysis. So just remember that whenever you are going to create your story, not only describe it, but make use of predictive and prescriptive analysis wherever it is applicable, wherever it is possible. This was an open competition and it was not focused on only on Tableau. You can use anything. So we knew that we were not in the advantage zone, because to compete with the people who were using R and Python, it was not easy for us. But I'm glad that we reached up to here, and I would again I would really like to thank Meenu Choudhary for her contribution. Anyways, this is Ritesh signing off from Dancing with Data. Keep on dancing with data, क्योंकि data ही दाता है, क्या तुमको सब कुछ आता है. Bye bye.